everybody, welcome to another episode of On the Paint Table. This is my weekly show where you get to see what I've been working on, my progress, what I got done, and what might be coming in the future. Now I got a confession to make. Man, I got hit bad by a wall this week. Last week, you guys, if you go one in the playlist, saw me basically having powered through building an entire ogre army for Kings of War. I'd gotten it primed and airbrushed entirely silver with 2 coats of silver, and I was getting ready to power through it for the week. By about Tuesday, I'd sat down 2 nights in a row to start like power painting it, and my wife was watching TV with me. I can't remember what we're watching. We're watching House of Cards, and she just goes, "I'm gonna go to bed. Like, how much longer are you gonna be?" And I was like, "I gotta finish the skin." And I realized I'd been sitting there base coating skin on 26 miniatures for 5 hours. And I was miserable. I hit a wall. I completely hit a wall. And this happens when you're painting, especially if you paint as much as I do. I think I'm at 156 miniatures for the year now. You can sometimes just get burned out. And what was burning me out was I was doing the same thing over and over again. I was painting 26 guys exactly the same. Now, luckily, it was a project that, even though it was time sensitive, I was trying to get it done for this Friday, which is today when I'm filming. It wasn't essential because I had other armies I could play in Kings of War, and in fact I have the exact same army with GW miniatures. So it was me wanting to get it done, setting myself a timeline and a challenge, and then just hitting a wall in like 2 days. And what I did was I got through base coats and washes on 8 guys. I had 8 guys. I had 18 more that I'd finished the skin and the leather on. And I just threw my hands up and I was like, that's enough. I don't want to do this anymore. I want to do something for fun. And so I switched gears, and this is what happens usually when I hit a wall, is I did something that I didn't have to do. I picked some models that I had really, I wanted to paint them, but I didn't need to paint them. And I'm playing a game on Sunday, actually, with my buddy Jay. And I just painted a ton of models. And I was actually pretty prolific this week. I ended up painting, looks like 8, 12, 15 miniatures. So I finished 15 models this week. But I think the reason why I got motivated again, and I'm actually feeling really good about painting, and actually on Wednesday I assembled like an insane amount of stuff with Owen. You guys don't even know. But despite all that, I pushed through the wall by just shifting gears. And I was actually talking to somebody in the Guerrilla Miniature Games hobby resolutions group this week about hitting a wall. And he said a change is as good as a rest, and that kind of clicked in my head, and I realized that that's what I'd done. Was I just started painting miniatures for funsies, and some of these miniatures literally I've owned since I lived in the States. Like these Brother Vinny minis and some of these Reaper minis, I think I bought 4 or 5 years ago when I was living in Memphis, and never painted. And I broke them out, and I had an idea in my head as to what I wanted to do for playing This Is Not a Test this weekend, and just like powered through like a whole bunch of minis for a little story that we came up with. So I'm excited. I'm going to be playing a bunch of that this weekend, filming at least 2 games of it with my buddy Jay, who you've seen in my Frost Raid videos. Not Jason from the original TNT videos, but a different guy. And it's going to be super fun. It's going to be really, really cool. And you'll see those in the future. But yeah, no, let's take a look at what I got done. Take a look at some of the stuff that's upcoming, and we'll, basically show you what I did instead of what I said I was going to do last week. All right, so here's the finished pile. Now, from warband terms, and this is not a test, most of these guys are going to be preservers. Preservers are things like the Enclave, the Brotherhood of Steel, anybody who basically uses old technology and tries to find old technology. So this is my Enclave warband of preservers, and actually some of these vault members will be hanging out with them later on. But from left to right, that's Boxer, B-O-X-R. What is he? He's a tech bearer in the gang, so he's just a little iBot. I got 2 Reclaimers, who are dudes in power armor. That's Mr. Pilkington and Mr. Whimper. And then Mr. Jones in the middle there, he's just got a Needler. And he's a lore keeper in the terms of the Preserver warband. And then this is just a Seeker, who's just like a grunt, basically. That's Molly on the flank there. And that's a starting 400 bottle cap or barter script warband for This Is Not a Test. So those guys will be my starting off warband. And so I wanted to have recruits, and so I painted some robots. I painted a Protectron. That's Brother Vinny Protectron there on the left. Mike from Epitech Studios actually sculpted that middle bot. That's going to be my Wreck-It bot. And he is available no longer, unfortunately. He was a limited minting with little R2s instead of George Washington. I think 300 were made, but it's how excited people were about this bot when I posted pictures of it. Got Mike all excited, so I think you might see some bots in the future from him. And this is one of Joey from Wilden's Dependo bots right here. and he can be hired as a freelancer by any warband too. So I think the Protectron, from terms of these guys, is going to be a Medibot, so he'll be like programmed for medicine. Then this guy will be a Wreck-It bot, and this guy will be like the hired sword guy on the left. So I do have some stuff I can hire into the gang basically once these guys play a couple games. Then I've got my Vault Dwellers, this is another Preserver gang. They're all just basically Seekers right now if I want to hire them in here, or a Reclaimer. The Reclaimer's got power armor there. Now this is actually a Brother Vinny miniature, as is the Sniper over there. This is based on a mod for Fallout New Vegas where there was Vault-Tec power armor, where basically Vault-Tec had also made power armor, and so it's got like the little Vault-Tec logo on it right there. My vault number is 905, so if you guys haven't realized that, and if you want to know why it's 905, that's the area code for the Niagara, for the Great Lakes Wasteland, sorry. Yeah, and that's why I painted them that way. So these are all Vault Dwellers. Now they might turn up in my Enclave warbands as maybe willing, unwilling gang members, but they also will probably evolve into a gang of their own, because I got a bunch more models that'll be perfect as Vault Dwellers I'm probably going to paint up. There are Reaper minis there in the middle, but I did some weapon swaps with some Trumpeter 135th scale G6s there. So they kind of look like the Fallout 3 assault rifle. I really like them. Or there's another rifle that was in New Vegas. I can't remember what it was. The Commando rifle, maybe? They kind of look like that too. But anyway, it's a nice big warband, minigun, power armor, a couple assault rifles, light weapons, pistols, and then a sniper there with a hunting rifle. So that's all the Fallout minis I planned for this week for This Is Not a Test, which I'm super excited to play on Sunday because I haven't played it in a while. And then we've got some bloat flies, so giant flies, giant mosquitoes, whatever you want to call them in This Is Not a Test. These are from Armorcast, and they were sent by Stuart Perry. He sent a whole bunch of stuff. You saw the scenery I painted for This Is Not a Test just recently that he sent me. He just really loved those videos, and he thought it'd be cool to be able to contribute something. He didn't necessarily wasn't able to do Patreon like every month, but he was like, I got some ideas. Do you have anything you need? And he sent me that stuff to do some more games with. So we have more Wasteland encounters, which I'm excited about, because half the fun of This Is Not a Test, just like Frostgrave, is when random monsters show up and start eating your guys. So I'm excited that we'll have some giant flies and stuff too to play with, because if you know about Canada, you know that I paint them like horse flies. You know that our flies, our black flies, are just insane and enormous, and they take huge bites out of you. So appropriate for the Great Lakes Wasteland. So there is the current progress this week. I finished 8, 11, 15 figs. Not the figures I was going to do, but I'm really happy. I think the best part about these guys, they're all different, and I really recharge my batteries painting them. I was painting like 3 or 4 models a night, and that's not usually... I'm usually like a 2 model a night guy. Painting like 3 or 4 models a night is a lot for me, and I think it was because I was just jazzed to paint something different. All right, so here's some of the upcoming projects I'm working on for this week. Now, more of This Is Not a Test stuff. Here's some scenery. I was lucky enough to get sent some of the Rust Point stuff by Austin from Death Ray Designs, formerly Brush for Hire. And this is a dumpster, so some old beat up skips, some brick and blocks, so basically piles of bricks. This is super cool. It's literally just laser cut bricks like Lego, and you can make it however you want. And then you don't see it because he just packed it in behind, but there's also some tire piles, which I think are super handy, because I don't know if you know this, but tires are like the #1 trash thing on earth, and tire fires, well, there's been one going in Springfield for a long time, if you guys get that joke. So anyway, that's some stuff we'll be working on. And then these are actually all from a completely defunct, no longer in business, scale model railway company. It's beds and little, what is it, cabinets, like file cabinets. And I found them in a model train store that sadly was going out of business. Been open for 65 years here in Niagara, and they were going into business, and they had these for like $1 each, and they're just so perfect for Fallout, because one of the things with Fallout is, for some reason, there's always just mattresses everywhere. So I'm gonna have these beds and mattresses just like lying around, and I'll paint them to look filthy and stuff too. And the same with the filing cabinets. You're always going through filing cabinets in Fallout, and it is the little details that I think makes these videos for you guys. So paint little things like this. It's fun, it's easy, and it just makes the game look right. Other scenery, I've got some wells. Jay, who's also from This Is Not a Test, gonna come back. We're doing the 3rd game for Sellsword. We didn't have all the scenery for it. He's doing the gray men, and I'm doing the pits. So these are my pits that the gray men are gonna emerge from, little crazy fountainy things. And I'll be painting those up for my game on Sunday. And then last but not least, I got Duroc and Margot. I've been wanting to paint them for a while. And I got them all airbrushed in my Ariadne sort of Odie green colors. And I'll probably finish them off this weekend, because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like painting odds and ends. I really had a lot of fun painting those Toha. I'll probably add some odds and ends to the Toha, and I feel like adding some odds and ends to my my Ariadne 2. Now the Yuching and the Toha both have a fair amount of stuff finished and I can play with them like proper size games. I'm just kind of, I think this little philosophy of I hit a wall and now I'm just gonna paint odds and ends because it's fun and because I feel like it to like recharge my batteries. I'm gonna do that for a few weeks and just see how it goes because I think that's a great way to prepare yourself for any other future big projects. And I don't really have any big projects that are lined up in the you know, well, sorry, I do, but they're mostly scenery right now, which is okay. I don't have anything that's gonna be like, I gotta paint 100 models to get ready to go. There's no like, you know, Betrayal at Calth just came out, I gotta overnight 50 models, sort of a thing happening. It's just like, it's you know, it's a nice lull. I'm gonna get some stuff finished that I want to finish because I want to finish it, not because it's got to get done for some reason. So there it is. There's some upcoming stuff. There's lots more, of course, on the go. I've got all those ogres that are sitting in a box at home right now in various stages of completeness. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do things like, I'm gonna paint a couple guys I like, and then I'm gonna paint 3 ogres. I'm gonna paint a couple guys I like, and I'm gonna paint 3 ogres. And that's how I'm gonna pile through that army. So there it is, my on the paint table for this week. Lots on the go, lots to get done. And of course, I did get quite a bit finished. I just didn't get what I thought I was gonna get finished. So there it is. I hope you enjoy that bit of advice. It works for me. I don't know if it would work for you, but if you do hit a wall painting, just switch gears. Paint something that there's no reason for you to paint, just for funsies, just because you want to paint it. And I found it recharged my batteries immensely. I didn't really need to paint that. This is non-test stuff. I could just play with one of my old war bands, but I needed to do something that was just because and just for me and just for fun. And I love playing games against Jay, so it was a fantastic way to recharge my batteries and it helped a lot. I'm gonna break down that elephant that is that ogre army into smaller chunks and eat it one bite at a time is the plan. So we'll see you next week. We'll see what I got done then. Until then, I'm Ash. Happy gaming.